Thousands of children are losing their father or their mother, and in some cases, both parents, landing them in the adoption and foster state programs. This past spring, I was incarcerated in Polk County Jail for 68 days under immigration custody. Though I committed no crime, I nearly lost my dear children and my entire family. It was a horrible and traumatizing experience, a life-changing experience. And I know that thousands of families are living the same hell we just went through. I am an immigrant, son of immigrants. I am of Guatemalan descent. I have an 8-year-old daughter and 2-year-old twins. My family and I migrated into the United States in 1990. I'm 32 years old. I'm here to tell the heartless politicians that no matter what they say, what laws they present, they will never break our spirit. The politicians, especially those representing the Republican Party, are parading around and giving speeches and interviews using language that are degrading and hurtful to the soul of our people.
As some of you may have known or may have heard, we had a state representative that said some somewhat mean comments about Dreamers. I'm gonna quote you what he said. He said that for every valedictorian dreamer, there are 100 drug smuggling dreamers who weigh 130 pounds and have the calves the size of a melon. But let me tell you, I'm not a valedictorian. I don't weigh 130 pounds. And as Vanessa's going to show, my calves are not the size of a melon. So what does that mean? That means that his comments were ignorant or were made out of prejudice. And we are here to combat that. Every single one of you here is sending a message to that representative that we are not afraid, that we are glad to be Iowans, that we are glad to be aspiring Americans, and that's why we're here today. We want an immigration reform that honors Iowa's tradition of welcoming newcomers, provides a clear and doable path to citizenship, keeps families together, stops militarization of the border, important concern for local communities and Native Americans, and finally protects civil, labor, and human rights of all residents.
I have lived in this country long enough to know that the views of these Republican men and women do not represent the American values. America has faced tough times in history, and it always manages to continue to progress. To you, Mr. King, I tell you that you are on the wrong side of history. The language that you use is poisoning the children and the future of America. I would like to invite Republican Steve King to spend some time in jail for no reason at all, to contemplate the possibility of losing your children, and if you want to see your children again, you are deemed a criminal by committing a felony. To sit there in that jail and wonder who will feed your children, who will raise your children, who will guide them, and who will protect them. And after you do that, I would like to hear what you have to say. Mr. King, you are the minority. The American people know better. I have faith in humanity, and humanity always prevails. You, machine man, with your machine minds and your machine hearts, can turn blue speaking and writing your laws, but sooner or later you will lose, and the true American values will prevail. Equality, liberty, and justice for all. Thank you. To contemplate the possibility of losing your children, and if you want to see your children again, you are deemed a criminal by committing a felony. To sit there in that jail and wonder who will feed your children, who will raise your children, who will guide them, and who will protect them. And after you do that, I would like to hear what you have to say.